people pleasers. All my people pleasers, come to the front. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Come to the front. If you've ever said yes when every cell in your body was screaming no, if you've ever felt bad for disappointing somebody, even when they were draining you, if you've ever agreed to help someone and immediately wanted to run away and join a quiet monastery, then this episode is for you. Today, today, we're talking about one of the most powerful skills you will ever learn. What's that powerful skill you say? Saying no. Knowing that no is a complete sentence. Saying no without the guilt, the panic, the awkwardness, or the, oh, why did I just agree to that moment? Welcome to the Gracefully Growing Podcast, where we provide you with real talk, real growth, and real life tools to help you thrive in school and in life. I am Dr. Kemi, educator, author, speaker, and gratitude advocate, as well as mom to the most amazing 13-year-old sunshine. And I'm excited that you continue to show up each week as we continue on this journey together and explore the 5 key principles that will lead you to a fulfilling life. And what are those 5 key principles? They are gratitude, reflection, affirmation, connection, as well as empathy. If this is your first time here, what we do each week is we break down how to live with intention using these 5 key principles. Also, I need your help. Please help me get to my first 1,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button, and be sure to like, share, and comment on my videos. Also, be sure to turn on that notification button so that you will receive a notification every time I drop a new episode, which I drop on Monday mornings. So, are you ready? Go ahead and go grab your journal. If you do not have a journal, make sure you get a notebook so you can take some notes. If you do not have a notebook and you do not have a journal, open your phone to your notes app so you can take some notes. And if you're looking for a great journal to help you on this journey in gratitude, I have written the Affirmation Gratitude Journal, which is right here. The Affirmation Gratitude Journal, which is available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to post the link in the show notes. All right, let's get into it. Let's be real. As teenagers, you get pulled into a million different directions every day. There's the friendship, and there's the school, and then there's the sports. And for those of you who have jobs, there is the job as well. There are clubs, and there are your teachers and parents and social media and random group projects that you didn't ask for. And then those kids who start their sentence with, "Hey, can you do me a quick favor?" And suddenly you're doing their whole assignment or you're doing the whole project because it was quick. But that's a lie. This is why saying no, for those of us who are people pleasers like myself, is hard. One, we don't want to sound mean. You don't want people to be mad at you. You are scared of conflict. You want to fit in with your friends. You're afraid you lose friendships, or you were raised to be nice instead of healthy. Here is the truth. Nice without boundaries is just people pleasing in a pretty outfit. And people pleasing leads to burnout, resentment, low self-esteem, friendships where people use you like a free service, and you feeling invisible in your own life. So this episode is your permission to choose you without guilt. And guess what? Boundaries don't push people away. They protect the right people and repel the wrong ones. We're going to use our GRACE framework to help you set boundaries. This is your secret sauce. This is your toolkit. This is your nope kit, your peace preserving strategy. We're going to break down exactly how to use each part of the GRACE framework to protect your energy and say no with confidence. Let's begin with gratitude. Gratitude helps you to honor your own needs without apologizing for it. Most of the time, most teenagers think that gratitude is only about journaling or Thanksgiving, but gratitude is actually powerful when you're setting boundaries. And I'm sure you're thinking gratitude for what? Gratitude for your time, gratitude for your energy, your mental health, because all of that is valuable. Gratitude helps you to say, I appreciate you asking me, but I cannot do that today. Gratitude keeps your no kind, but firm, not rude, not dramatic, not a monologue about your whole life story. So, for example, if a friend asks you, can you help me redo my slideshow before class? You can simply respond with, hey, I appreciate you thinking about me, but I don't have the space for that right now. You're still being nice, but you're not volunteering as a tribute. Let's talk about reflections. Reflections allow you to know your limit before you decide. This is where most people mess up. We say yes too fast. I'm guilty. I say yes to things all the time, really, really fast. And then when I think about it, I go, wait, maybe I shouldn't have said yes to that. Most teenagers say yes before thinking because they panic, they feel pressured, they don't want awkwardness. Their brain goes into default nice mode. What reflection does for you is this: it gives you the time to think. You want to ask yourself, do I actually have the time? That's a great question. Do I want to do this? Is this my responsibility? Am I saying yes out of fear? Will this drain me later? A great reflection cheat phrase that I've started using is this: let me check and I'll get back to you. Or I always say, let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you. Try that. Because when you say, let me check, or let me check my schedule and I get back to you, boom, instant breathing room. No regrets later. So if someone, for example, comes to you and says, wants you to join another group chat, and you really, 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 really dislike group chats, they drain your soul. You can say, let me think about it and I'll let you know. This gives you the time to reflect. It gives you the time to remember that you don't like group chats and you honor your peace more than 97 or 100 unread messages. Then you can say no. That's growth. Let's talk about affirmations. Affirmation is your reminder to yourself that you deserve boundaries. Boundaries start in your mind. You have to believe that you are allowed to say no. This took me a long time to learn. Affirmations help you to fight the guilt and the, oh, they're gonna hate me thoughts that sometimes we have, or, oh, they're gonna not like me thoughts. Let me offer you some teen affirmations for boundaries. My needs matter. Your needs matter. Saying no protects my peace. Yes, saying no protects your peace. I don't owe anyone unlimited access to me. Absolutely, you do not owe anyone unlimited access to you. Healthy people respect my boundaries. Healthy people should respect your boundaries. My worth isn't based on how much I do for others. Your worth is not based on how much you do for others. Think about this. If you're about to say no, but suddenly you start to feel guilty, I want you to pause. I want you to put your hand on your chest, and I want you to go back and read all the affirmations that I just offered you, and I'm going to add another one to it. You can say this: I am not responsible for everyone's happiness. Now say your boundaries clearly and calmly, and watch how freeing that is. This is a lesson that I have had to learn as a grown up, and it takes practice. Connections means you surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries. Here's where life gets juicy. Connections reveal everything. Healthy connections respect your no. Healthy connections don't pressure you. Healthy connections don't make you feel bad. Healthy connections celebrate your confidence. When it's unhealthy, it feels like this. It feels like a guilt trip. These people guilt trip you. They call you selfish. They ignore your boundaries, and they expect you to be available to them 24/7. If you have friends if let's say they invite you to go to the mall with them, and you say, no, I can't go to the mall today, and their comeback or their response to you is, wow, that's crazy. You always switch up. That's a big red flag. I did a whole episode on how to recognize healthy relationships and what it should look like. You need to watch that episode. When people say stuff like, oh, you always switch up, they're not respecting your boundaries. They don't respect you. Run. Run. I don't mean literally, but emotionally. I want you to gather your things and walk away from them. Walk away towards your peace, because your peace is important. You protect your peace at all times. Now, let's flip that. If you tell your friends, oh, today I can't hang out with you, and they say, cool, we'll try again next time. Those are friends that respect you and they respect your boundaries. That is a healthy relationship. Those are your people. Let's talk about empathy. Empathy reminds you to be kind, but you do not self-sacrifice. The key to empathy is this. Empathy means that you understand how people feel, but you choose what's healthy for you. Empathy does not mean, let me destroy myself to make you feel better. Do you see the difference? So, for example, if your friends want you to stay up all night on FaceTime because they don't want to be bored, and you know you got school tomorrow, and you know you need at least 6 hours or more of sleep, here's how you would respond empathetically. Oh, I get that you want company, but I really need rest. We can talk tomorrow after school. You have honored their feelings and your well-being. That's maturity. That is peaceful. That's grace. Let's talk about some tips for saying no like you mean it. 1, keep it short. No essays. You don't need a TED Talk to say no. You don't need a TED Talk to say no. One sentence is enough. As a matter of fact, the word no is a whole complete sentence by itself. You don't owe anyone any excuses. I can't is good enough for people who respect your boundaries. I want you to practice in the mirror. Say it out loud. No, that doesn't work for me. I am not available. I'd rather not. Those are sample sentences that you could say and feel the confidence. Here's the thing. I want you to expect people to react weirdly the first time you tell them no, especially if you're a people pleaser and they're used to your yeses. So expect that weirdness, because not everyone benefits when you grow. Some people are going to think, oh, she's now uppity. That's okay. You're protecting your peace. Because if they're used to your yes, your no you will shock them. They'll be all right. Stick to your boundaries. If you say no to someone and then turn around and say yes because they begged, you just trained people to ignore your boundaries. Because remember, part of being in a healthy relationship is teaching people how to treat you. So if you say no, then turn around and say yes, you just told them that your boundaries don't matter. So I want you to hold firm and remember that you got this. Let me recap for you. Tips for saying no without feeling guilty. Number one, keep it short. No essays. Number two, you don't owe excuses. Number three, I want you to practice saying it in the mirror. Number four, expect people to act weird the first time you tell them no. And number five, stick to your boundaries. Here is your challenge for the week. Gracefully Growing family. It's your time to level up. This week's challenge, I want you to say no at least one time when you normally would say yes. Use the GRACE framework. Reflect on how that felt. Journal about it. Notice how your confidence grows. I'm also going to post in the show notes a quick reflection guide for you to help you with this call to action. Feel free to send me a direct message or comment on today's episode, how you protected your peace, because that's exactly what boundaries do. Thank you for tuning in for another heart growing, peace protecting episode of the Gracefully Growing Podcast. Remember, healthy boundaries equal healthy life. You deserve relationships where your no is respected just as much as your yes. I'm proud of you. Keep growing with grace. As always, stay graceful, stay growing, and remember, you got this. And practicing daily empathy with yourself and others. If today's episode gave you something to think about, inspired you, or made you smile, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also download today's free resource in the show notes and join our Gracefully Growing community on social media for more tools, encouragement, and real talk. Until next time, keep showing up for yourself, keep growing, and most of all, keep living with grace. I am Dr. Kemi. See you next week.